Hi people, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. How have you been? And how are you doing? It's all a bit swimmy and Neptunian, and I gather we've had a month of rain in 2 days. So I've been bailing out my pot plants, which are completely drowning. But it's very wet. Now, I want to speak to the Ophiuchi new moon, which is happening tomorrow on the 12th. And for some reason, I feel a bit nervous. So I'm just going to presence that. And I've pulled just one card, which I'm going to show you with the underlying card to set the tone. Okay. Okay. Some noise outside has distracted me. I'm not going to get distracted. They know where the doorbell is. Right. Wheel of Creation. It's how many times can we use the phrase beginning of a new cycle? It's lost its meaning. It's become a bumper sticker, but I can't stress it enough. And the underlying energy, again, is that super powerful 3, keeper of the light. The keeper of the light's you, by the way. All right. Just bear with me for this one. I think it might be a bit here and not here. That's how I feel. I feel here and not here. And both are true. I feel tired and wide awake at the same time. So I think I'm walking concurrent timelines, bridging, weaving. And it is what it is. Right, let's read some notes. So I had a beautiful deep dive into the Ophiuchi new moon this morning. And we've been talking recently about alignment to soul, alignment to core essence at a soul level. And it's coming into really clear vision now. I think it's part of why I'm so busy. It's like the knowing button has switched on, and people are coming to activate their switches and buttons and open windows and doors. So it's just this coming together. It feels like this coming together. And when I tuned into the energy, the message I got, I'm just distracted by the time, 11:44. The message that I got was remember who you are. And that took me to the pentagram booklet, which is available for free on my website. And as I skimmed through it, it begins on page 24, which is interesting because we're in a 12-12 gateway or a 12-12 activation tomorrow. And that beautiful 12-4-24-6 is alchemical union. It is the cross of space and time. I've been speaking about this for ages, or the unbonding from the cross of space and time, a reality so new. Can we conceive of it? I don't want to say that we can't, because some can, but can we conceive of it? So I'm going to pop a link in the description box. You can download the booklet. If you want to sign up for the newsletter, do so. Please do so. But yeah, page 24 is where I did the work with water and memory. So have a look at that, see what you think. But remember who you are. So there's a big alignment going on. And what I want to do is I want to go 13 sign sidereal for this. So Western, Sag new moon at 20 degrees of Sag. Sidereal is Scorpio new moon at 26 of Scorpio. 13 sign is obviously an Ophiuchi new moon. And there's some really interesting energies in the chart that are kind of weaving this story. So we have Sun in Ophiuchi, square Neptune in Pisces, and conjunct the galactic center. Take a minute. Sun in Ophiuchi, directing a light to the core. Squaring Neptune in Pisces. What is illusion? What is real? What is the true memory? And conjunct the galactic center. Okay, so lighting up the core essence and triggering the conflict of emotional insecurity, Neptune, Pisces, false perception or deception. And there's a dreamy energy to this whole moon that could trip us up, whole moon, to this new moon that could trip us up, whole moon, yeah. How can I put that into words? The revealed self, the wholeness of the revealed self, the wholeness of the hidden self. So we have Mercury stationing to go retrograde in Sagittarius. So that's reworking truth, reworking how we seek the truth, which calls codependency in, and personal authority, 12.3. And 12 is that rule of measure. It is the control, the controlling measure. Aggregate or individual? Where did I just go? Okay, so rethinking the truth. And here we are again, back at the Christmas dinner table, as we rethink the truth. Here's a question. What did I wish I'd said last year that I didn't? And do I want to say that this year? And am I brave enough? Okay. And just notice where your mind goes. And we have Venus coming home to Libra, her home, balancing relationships by being more loving to ourselves. It's beautiful energy when I tapped into that. It's the abstinence of rebalancing a relationship by giving more or trying harder. And will you give those energies to yourself? Will you do better for yourself? And Mars moves into Ophiuchi. And here's the other end of the story that's opening up with Neptune going direct in Pisces. Mars is going to come in and question, yeah, but how are you going to do that? Okay, so it's going to take us from the dreaming to the doing. Mars is going to bridge in that square. Okay. So Mars moves into Ophiuchi. This is all happening this week. Taking action to heal, and it's also supported by trine to Chiron. So Chiron in Western is Aries. I didn't check where it was in sidereal. Aries is the first house of the self, and again, this is about self-managing leadership. And a couple of questions that sprang up. Am I willing to take a little poison so I can die to something? And what am I willing to die to? So what do I mean by taking a little poison? I mean, can you go to that place within you that you prefer to avoid, that you run away from, that you escape from, that you distract from? It might be the point where you be nice. It might be the point where you move to doing something for somebody else. It might be the point where you move to doing something rather than being. Okay, so when we sip from our own cup, Ophiuchi is the darkest dark. It's where the light doesn't go. It is for me, it's the bridge to the void. Yeah, I think that's a video for another day. Sorry, I'm having a conversation here. Yeah. So trauma is not only everything we know about trauma, but trauma is also a gateway. So it can be used as a gateway. And this is where subjective reality is stripped away and objective reality, oh, this is really happening, starts to emerge. I'm using my trauma as a catalytic converter to upgrade, uplift, transmute shadow energies, heavy energies that attract more to them, so that I can absorb more light, more photonic light. Okay. And then I went to the numerology because it is 1212. Now, I'm not a big lover of 1212 gateway. I've done those kind of videos and they seem a bit gratuitous to me, so yada yada. But 12 is a great number because it is a number of governance and we measure things by 12. So it's a number of control. And it really does ask that Neptunian question of, have I fallen into something else's paradigm in the way that I'm measuring this? Am I applying the rule of 12, for instance, without questioning it? What does my authority say? Okay, so 1212 gives me the 24/6, which is a gorgeous number. It's space and time. And, you know, if we're talking about new aeons, a new way, a new beginning, 24/6 is going to ping us into a whole new reality. Yeah, it's a dimensional shift. Okay. And that 1212 energy, when I stir that into the energy of 2023 in the personal, which is a 7, 7 is the mystic. It is the fusing of light into matter. It is space and time. It's man fixed to the cross. Okay, space and time. 2, 4, 6. Space, time, matter. It's not. It's space. It's just space and time. Yeah, I know. Okay, so if we add 24/6 to 7, we get a 31, 13, 4. Now then, here we have the alignment. And this speaks to Mars in Ophiuchi, shine your light deep and then beam it out. It's very daring, it's very bold. And Neptune in Pisces, which is, I'd rather dream it. I'd rather dream it. Okay, the 31, 13, 4, I scribbled some notes here, is where creativity and pragmatism meet. I mean, woof, that's game-changing energy without the layers of mind nonsense in the way. Creativity and pragmatism, that's an unstoppable energy. Yeah, collaborations just come in. And If you're more of a dreamer than a doer, collaborate with someone who is a doer. Collaborate with someone with a really strong Mars placement. Between you, you'll get it done. So creativity and pragmatism, aligning and fusing with the core self at a soul level, initiating life on your terms without being blown off course by the wants and needs of others or society at large. It is the self-sufficient creative. Self-worth harmonizes with creation. I am, therefore I can. But the astrology will challenge this through illusion and ego and mind traps. Compete, compare is the death of person-centered creativity. Compete, compare can only be generated by insecurity. Okay. So you're getting the two sides of this story, the creative and the pragmatist. And then in comes the word of the day from Merriam-Webster. It's like Merriam-Webster is like, it must be listening to my thoughts, because it's sending me words which totally speak to what I'm thinking about. So the word for the day today is quixotic. Okay. Quixotic describes people and ideas that are foolishly impractical, especially as they pursue or relate to the pursuit of ideals. A quixotic person is often known for lofty romantic ideas or extravagantly chivalrous action. Quixotic can also describe things that are unpredictable. For instance, although they lived on opposite ends of the world, they shared quixotic dreams about the future. Okay. So dreams without action, deliberately avoiding the word plan, without action, and yeah, I'm not going to speak to that. Notice I'm choosing my words quite carefully today. Otherwise, I'll be talking for the next 3 hours. I'm just going to go straight to cards. So we have the Wheel of Creation coming in on that initiatic one. 33, Keeper of the Light. You are the keeper of your light. How you express it is entirely up to you. Who loves you for it is entirely up to them. Who despises you for it is entirely up to them. Okay. Okay, so we're going to use the mystical healing cards, because we've got that lovely trine to Chiron. And I wonder if we can have a clear message. What if we call this bit healing at Christmas? Okay. Right. Okay. So I've deleted twice the same sentence. And the sentence would have been, you can't control the whole conversation around the Christmas dinner table. Okay. We cannot birth authenticity unless we are prepared to feel the sting, drink from the poison, of displeasure, of what? Waves of discontent, disapproval, diswords, just diswords. But when we let go, be ourselves and let go of the consequences of what comes back or how we are met, even let go of any need to be met or heard or validated or applauded, just let go of all that. Then we can really get into some playful experimental energy of who the hell am I in this? Who do I want to be in this? Okay, pick a part. Pick a part. All of life's a stage. What part do you want to play? Okay, so Is this going to be another Christmas dinner table? Well, this is yeah. So I'm square Neptune in Pisces, so I'm in my rambling. I'm in my rambling. Yeah. Ah. That's for another day. Focus. Into what? Transform anger into what and how? Answers below. I see your sovereignty. It's your light. You're the keeper of it. Transform anger into what and how? So I was playing with this energy the other day. So 18.9 to me is karmic completion. And it begs some uncomfortable questions, which could happily sit in this reading. So the 8 is the experience that wants to dissolve into the 9. Okay, when the experience dissolves, we let go, and we let go of the need to control it or make it tidy because we made a bit of a mess of it and we're feeling some kind of way about that. Or somebody else made a mess of it, yada, yada, could go on. When the 8 dissolves into that 9, it must do so with grace. That's the easiest path. But very often it doesn't. And very often it might want to hold on. You know, if we look at the age that we're in, and it's the age of the dissolution of material value, material identification, material success. That's all coming down. And there will be many that don't want to let go of how money defines them, the house defines them, the car defines them. Very specific question. Can we let go of wanting to be the cleverest person in the room? That must be in there somewhere. I don't know where that is. So when we learn from karma, we digest, like the moon card, we digest the experience. And it's like the Ouroboros. It digests its experience, always eating, always consuming and digesting and realizing the wisdom. And then the wisdom becomes the outgoing story so that it can uplift the collective, the learned experience rather than what we read in a book. So if we say, let's go since the start of COVID, let's go start of 2020, from the point of view of karma or the karmic wheel, it's a big question. What have you learned from your karma? Big year-end questions here. What have you learned from your karma? Where am I going? I'm going here. Okay. I feel like I want to ask for clues to new stories coming in. Not that I want to define anybody's story, but opportunities, bursts of starlight. Oh, okay. Overthinking, taking action. Just let me overthink about taking that action. Just take it. I think about, what was it, early summer this year? And I started using the phrase JFDI. Just act without thinking and see what happens, you know, without any willful intent to wound or hurt, of course, but just do it. Because that initial light going on can be your guiding light. Can be the thing that leads you astray, but it can be your guiding light. You got to decide. Oh gosh, this is perfect. My temperature's just gone up. Okay. Small regrets and longing. What I'm being taken to are date-specific predictions. So the hare wants to leap over the fence into the next field. It wants to leap over the fence into the next story. Spring, lift, leap, move. Great. But there might be some work to be done. Okay. Yeah, okay. Responsibility and expectations. Expectations. There's a question mark there. That's to do with that. Because really, we can only expect what we already know, and that's coming from subconscious programming. So are we birthing anything new? Okay. The better we are at getting lost, the more deeply we're going to be able to tune in to this new moon that wants to take us deep, deep. The inner adventure might be an outer adventure, because we learn either way, but the inner adventure, that's where the deep dark work happens. In proper timing. Causal will. Causal will. Look at what's driving. Right. So if you have any impatience in your field at the moment, look at what's driving that. There'll be expectation there. There'll be lack somewhere, but look at what's driving that. The unknown journey. This is beautiful. This is like the step. It's the presencing of the unknown. It's the unknown coming into focus, if that's even possible. Yeah. Underlying energy. The catalyst. Oh, that's beautiful. At a glance, what I see is the hermit with his lantern. The poison. Take a sip from the devil's cup because the devil doesn't exist. Not as we understand it. Radical changes. Taking control. Control of what? All right. Okay, so without agenda, any other messages? Venus in Libra. Okay. Okay, there's a new story emerging here. I don't know what to do with you. So, right, if I show you these two cards, so we have balanced emotions and financial security, which is leading me to those two, which is leading me to these two, and the sentence, it's okay for you to be different to your crowd. This is to do with social conformity regarding financial security. The lie of financial security. Okay, so this comes in now. Blessed day. Was it a blessed day? Did you even notice it was a blessed day? Or were you preoccupied with something like that? It's that preoccupation with conformity, performance, delivery that sucks all of the life out of those present moments of joy. Preoccupation. Is a closed door to a free mind. Okay, how am I doing? So this is such a different energy. The top of my head, my third eye and my crown are actually hot. This is a different, yeah, because I'm navigating something different. Okay, I was just going to speak to the collective, navigating something different. And in there's a choice to bring what you already know, the subconscious programming, bring something new, bring nothing. Many choices. what I get with that is the union of the relationship between Mars in Ophiuchi and Venus in Libra. Okay, so I'm going to go shaman deck and we'll wrap this up. Any other messages, please? Final message. There's no messing about with this energy. It's like that 50 is saying, I can do the work, I can help you do the work, but you've got to go within. You've got to go within, right down into your own spiral. Galactic change. 50. Galactic change. Yeah, we have an underlying story coming in here. So let's call that galactic change. That's not speaking to me. Other than focused intention, which is a bit of a cliche, it's not speaking to me. There's a bit of Sagittarian energy in there. With that, immediately I got, what you seek is seeking you. You are hunted. Is that 24/6? Cosmic fusion is what I get. Ow. Throat chakra immediately closes. Cosmic fusion. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not drawn to any other decks. So I hope you managed to squeeze something from this lemon. This was really interesting. Very different set of energies. Different set of energies. Okay, so thank you for staying with it if you've stayed with it. And I will see you when I do. Still quite busy. Yeah. These long pauses are literally me having two conversations at once. It's the oddest thing. And so this is the unknown. This is the unknown without trying to control it. It's just going with it and looking a little bit of a fool, just looking a bit slow and thick. And it's cool. I'm playing with the new energy here. All right, my darlings, wheel of creation, you are the keeper of your own light. Okay, you are the keeper of your own light. So, take care. I will see you all again soon. Much love. Bye.